Inside this box is a watch which I wanted to get my hands on for nearly a year now. And thanks to Watchtopia for making it possible as well as sponsoring this video. And the most interesting comment from my previous video is this. You might have seen this very popular watch from China in the hands of many popular YouTubers. I'm not here to influence you to buy this watch. I'm here to tell you the pros and cons of this watch. Let's start with the unboxing experience. After opening the outer package, you have a black mini suitcase-like box inside which has the watch as well. This kind of packaging has been circulating in many Chinese manufacturers recently, and I like the box as well. So once you open the box, it is covered with foam and you have the watch fully protected. I feel like this kind of packaging is more light and is less heavy as well. It might not be feasible, but if some manufacturers can implement this kind of packaging, it will look more premium compared to the normal box packaging you get. The unboxing experience can be different from a brand new watch because this is Arjun from Watchtopia's personal watch. He lent it for the review. This watch is not the classic vintage watches, and you have 3 case sizes to choose from, which is 38, 40 and 42. In most of the websites including Watchtopia, you can find only 38 and 40. I have the 38mm with me, and only the 38mm you have 2 crystal options to choose from, which is acrylic or sapphire. This version is a sapphire crystal. It is powered by the Seagull ST19 manual winding movement with 21 jewels. It gives you a power reserve up to 42 hours. Interestingly, you can choose between a swan neck and a non-swan neck movement as well. The body is made up of stainless steel and comes with a green textile NATO strap, which I have something to discuss about. When it comes to the dimensions, you have a case size of 40.3mm including the crown and 36.9mm excluding it. Lug to lug of 47mm, lug width of 22.9mm, but it is mentioned as 18mm in the website. Apart from this, it has 30 meters of water resistance, a standard chronograph function and a see-through case back as well. I underestimated the build quality of this watch. This watch has a solid build quality. It is made up of a stainless steel case as well as pushers. Even the NATO strap has a lot of stainless steel in it, which gives the watch a more premium feel and weight to it. The NATO strap is comparatively better than the other competitors at the same price range, but I feel like a better quality strap could have been provided, because only after a few months of usage, it's starting to show a lot of wear in the strap. But overall, it's a really good quality watch. The design of this watch literally takes you back to the 60s. You'll understand that by the end of this video. This watch comes in a sand gold dial which has a little bit of texture to it. The seconds wheel and chronograph wheel have black X and a shiny blue hand. The indices are gold with 12, 2, 10, 4, 6 and 8 in numbers and the others in shape. You have a minute wheel in the topmost part of the dial which makes timekeeping a little bit easy. Then you have the Seagull logo or the star in red, followed by 21 jewels written in Chinese under the 12 o'clock position. And at the 6 o'clock position, you have a Chinese text which translates to China Tianjin, where this watch was produced. The hour and minute markers are also in shiny blue and are quite thin compared to conventional markers. The seconds marker is quite different in this watch. It has an arrow pointing towards the second, which it's showing. The markers change colors in different lighting, ranging from black, light blue to dark blue. The design is simple and elegant. It gives you vintage military vibes as well. The movement is the most captivating part for me about this watch. Being a mechanical movement, you would be able to see the whole movement in this watch. If it was an automatic, you'll have a rotor which actually blocks half of the movement, but here you have full visibility of the movement. And this was the first time ever I was able to see how a chronograph actually works. I feel the display caseback is not sapphire, as it seems to be dull at a few angles and makes visibility of the internal parts quite difficult in the camera. But the sad thing is, most of the time you won't be able to see the movement as you're wearing the watch. Maybe you can admire it when you're keeping it back in the case. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button as it helps the channel, and subscribe if you're brand new to this channel. I'm Nishant. I do videos related to watches and watches only. And coming to our sponsor, Watchtopia. They're one of the best online retailers who sell vintage as well as brand new imported watches as well. They have a wide collection of watches which you can choose from, watchtopia.com and get delivered very safely to your doorstep. I've also mentioned the link of Watchtopia in the description. Please do check it out. I wish this watch was perfect, but it does have a few limitations. The first and major limitation to me, this watch has no loom at all. So it is more of a classy dress watch for some people, but this watch was advertised as a watch worn by the Chinese aviation team during the 60s. I bet that at least their watches should have had loom. This specific version doesn't have loom. Maybe the other versions does. The second thing is, this watch has a non-hackable seconds hand. What do I mean by a non-hackable seconds hand is that if you push the crown to the furthest most position, the seconds hand doesn't stop. For some people, this might be something irrelevant, but if you want perfect timekeeping, a hackable seconds hand is something you need to have. But if you don't care about timekeeping, this thing might not be a limitation for you. The third thing is, the NATO strap has a loop, which is an advantage for the watch, which prevents it from falling down. But when you're trying to wear the watch or wear the watch at some times, positioning the watch at the center of your hand is quite difficult when it comes to that loop over there. But it is necessary for the watch, and people might or might not see this as a limitation, but I surely did. The fourth thing is the chronograph pusher. There's nothing wrong with the chronograph pushers, but like some models we've seen earlier in this channel, if you don't press the chronograph pusher completely inside, you cannot activate the chronograph. So it has various levels of pressing, which might mislead some people that they had activated the chronograph. If you know how to do it, then it's not a problem. The pricing of this watch is quite interesting. If you're buying this watch from Seagull's official website, you'll have to pay between 33,600 to 34,600 depending on the variation you choose. But if you buy it from Watchtopia, you can get it as less as 23,499 to 24,999 for different variations. You also get the option to choose between a 38mm, 40mm or an acrylic or sapphire glass, and also with a swan neck movement if you're interested. If this watch was given in a stainless steel strap along with the NATO strap, I would have told that 24,999 is the best price you can go for. But if you don't get that option, then I think it's a little bit overpriced compared to other competitors which give much more value to the watch. I've also mentioned the link to buy this watch in the description. If you're interested, please do check them out. The Seagull 1963 is a very great watch and has a great value for money as well. Even though if you buy it from a secondary market, it holds value like many other watches. But when it comes to the warranty and repair, it could be a hassle. But if you're buying it from Watchtopia, you shouldn't have that problem. So if you're looking for a very vintage inspired Chinese watch, very specific to that term Chinese watch, you would love this watch. Share this to your friend who loves Chinese watches or is looking for a more vintage inspired watch. If you haven't seen my previous video about the Omega event, you can check it out here, as well as the playlist of all the watch videos I've made over here. I'll see you next with another exciting video. Until then, peace out.